going to live stream the meeting. So
This is on live on my screen.
it says we're live on yours?
Yeah, it says the meeting is now streaming on YouTube.
Okay. Then it might be taking a while on my end. Let's see. Oh, okay.
It's live?
Yeah, it's live.
Okay.
Okay. I'm always trying to figure out all this technology because we're living in a weird time right now.
Yeah.
But
Oh, your nails.
oh, I know. They're like Libra nails, birthday nails. Okay, let's see. Okay, hi everyone. My name is Carmen. We're officially live on YouTube, and this is the third episode of Y Tu Novio late night show adults only edition. And the title of this episode is very important because if you saw yesterday's presidential debate, it was crazy. So I think everybody needs to get their booties to the polls, and we're definitely going to talk more about that later on during the show. But before we go on into any details of this episode, I do want to thank everybody for tuning in last Wednesday. We are live every Wednesday at 8 p.m. here on YouTube. We had Jeanette, who's also an SDSU alum. I feel like a lot of SDSU alums are coming through, so yes to getting the degree. But yeah, Jeanette and I talked about literally everything in between, from her being a mom to her having sexual agency as a mom, to just catching up. So if you're barely like tuning in and you're new to this, do stay tuned. This is an unfiltered show. It's kind of like a late night edition of the Y Tu Novio vlogs that I typically do. But yeah, let's move forward. And today's guest, I actually have Ashley with me. So hi.
Hi, everyone.
Yes, I know it might be a little scary, you know, we are live, but I actually found Ashley through social media. I think the power of social media is crazy. I mean, we both went to school together. I definitely have seen you before in person.
I saw you.
Yes. I'm just like, oh my God, like, it's funny how the universe works, but what better way to introduce yourself than yourself? So welcome to the Y Tu Novio show.
Hi everyone. I never know what to say when someone says introduce yourself, but I'm Ashley. As you said, I went to school with her. Identifiers are she, her, are my pronouns. But I don't know. I love astrology, feminism, and Bad Bunny and flowers, of course.
Yes.
But yeah, that's me.
Yes, welcome. So like we mentioned, we were kind of collaborating on this episode. It kind of came organically, and through technology and the power of iPhones and notes, we were able to think of three or a couple of topics to talk about for today's episode. So I do want to start off with the first one, which I feel like, I don't know, are you more active on Instagram or Twitter when it comes to thirst trapping?
I'd say at the beginning, in Leo season, it was Instagram. Then like after Leo season, I stepped away from Instagram and now like I'm sharing them on Twitter. It also has to do with like all my family is on Instagram and my family like follows on Twitter. I had a thought another day and I was just like thinking, I wonder like what my siblings like think of all my pictures. I don't ask. I don't hide my stories from them either. Like they knew exactly who I am. So, but I'd say both. I'm like right now it's Twitter.
I totally understand on that. I feel like Instagram, I even have like a section, you know how you could do close friends on Instagram?
Yes.
I do that specifically for the thirst traps because my mom also follows me on Instagram. So I want her to see, you know, what I do out here in LA.
I don't have a close friends. And I don't have close friends. And here's why. I feel like if I'm gonna put something out there, it's gonna be for everyone. It's everyone to see, right? Like I'm like if I'm gonna post like something, because I also think about if I put like something on my close friends, like someone can screenshot it and send it to me.
True.
So I always like before I post something, I always think I'm like, do I care if it's spread around? Um, but it's just like a hot picture of me. So yeah, I don't care if it's spread around. You can share it.
Share it, like it, retweet it. That's
Exactly.
actually that's actually the topic of, well, yeah, topic number one, the art of thirst trapping. I feel like whether it's Instagram or Twitter or even Snapchat and every social media platform in between, I feel like thirst trapping, not only is it, flattering for yourself, maybe flattering just putting it out there, but do you feel like after taking a picture, it does improve how you feel that day? Or like maybe you were in a bad mood, but hey, you like wanted to take a thirst trap. Now you're feeling better.
Exactly. I always like I'm in a mood every time. Like I put like some music, like I put the right music, and it's always like it's never like I'm trying to get a guy's attention. Like
Mm,
I'm about to go get ready because I want his attention and I'm gonna post a picture. It's more of
right.
I already got ready. I look good. I feel confident. I'm listening to the right stuff. I'm gonna snap a pic and I'm gonna post it. So I feel
Yes.
like a lot of people like think that, oh, it's a thirst trap, and also like the name, right? The name,
Mm-hmm.
it's like, yeah, it's a thirst trap, and I might be posting it because I want a guy's attention, but I did it before. So I don't know if that makes
Right.
sense, but I took the picture first, and it's not
Mm-hmm.
because I wanted his attention. I took a picture because I felt good about myself. Like either I did my hair, I did my makeup, or whatever it is. I felt good. I took the picture, and then I had the thought of like, oh, if I post this, he might DM me, you know?
Right. No, 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 period. I think it's important, even if there are male people right now watching this live, it doesn't matter what we're wearing or what time of the day. We do this for ourselves, first
Yeah.
and foremost. If it still happens that it does get the attention from X, Y, and Z, so be it. But she made a really great point that we do this for ourselves. Like whether it's makeup, whether it's lighting, whether it's anything in between. Like I feel like thirst trapping is initially for you, not
Yeah.
for the other person.
100%. And it's exactly what you said. Like it doesn't matter like what I wear. Like I've posted like pictures of me like in long pants and like a t-shirt, but I felt good. Like and so I posted it, and I guess that could be seen as a thirst trap because it's also about like your attitude in the photo, right? Like
Mhm.
a selfie could also be a thirst trap, but how you take it, like in a picture, you can kind of see if someone is confident. You can kind of see like if they got like some attitude, with the little pose, stuff like that. So it's just like fun. Actually, I got a ring light just a few weeks
Yes,
ago,
to the lighting.
and yeah, that's why the lighting like is really good because like the lighting in my room it sucks. But
Yes,
like I'm
too.
so lucky because like my closet or like a whole wall of my room is a mirror. And so like I can live
Her
with
room is gorgeous, by the way. Like she has the perfect setup for
it's a
for
minimal,
traps.
yeah. It's yeah. Yeah, and thank you, but like just take a mirror, like have good lighting. I'm like natural lighting is better. Like I hardly ever use my ring light uh,
Hmm.
for the pictures. I just take it, I open up like the window and the blinds, I sit on my bed and I take a cute pic, or I sit on the
Yes.
floor.
Hmm.
I don't like to stand up for a lot of them actually, but in the bathroom. I also have a mirror in my living room, which is where I take a lot of my pictures. I don't know.
Nice. I was gonna say, do you live with roommates? And if so, do they help you with your thirst trap? So they kind of give you like, hey, don't post that one, post this one.
No, well, yes, kind of. So, I do have a roommate, and I just take like a whole bunch of them, and if I can't decide, I text them to her and I ask her like which one should I post. So yeah, that's what I do, but I
Right.
don't have her, like take the pictures for me. I think that's weird. It's usually just like a mirror pic.
No, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yes, utilize your resources. I think that's tip number one. Utilize your resources and your phone because might as well.
Exactly.
I definitely think the second topic that we came up with, if you feel comfortable, I would definitely love for you to introduce it. Because when we were writing things down, you know, it was something that I'm like, yeah, we definitely need to talk about that. Specifically as we're transitioning into like, you know, at the end of the year and stuff. And then I feel like every time at the end of the year, I always try to think like, how have my relationships been from the beginning up until now? And that transition. So if you want to bring that topic up, please do.
Okay, wait, like what is the topic? I'm sorry. I'm like,
Oh, no worries. It was toxicity
okay.
in relationships.
Yes.
Yes.
Um, well, this is like a touchy like subject for a lot of people because I feel like that can come in like all forms. It can come like in your relationship, like with your partner. It also
Mm-hmm.
come with a friend. It can also come with your family members. And it's
Right.
just like you need to be aware that if the other person is acting kind of like sketchy or like toxic as you said, it's okay like to step away and to step away, like just like you can take a break, you can take a breather. It's just about like putting yourself as a priority. I
Right.
felt like a lot of times, like for me, like in my relationships and I'm speaking on like on love, on friendships, and on family, just in all of them, I put them first and I put like their burdens on my shoulders. And that just brought me down, and obviously I wasn't happy and they weren't happy, because if I'm not happy, like they're not happy, and vice versa. So you just need to think like that metaphor like they use like on the airplane, you can't
We'll save
mask on
someone
first.
else. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
like you need to put your mask on first and then you put your child's mask on or your partner's mask on, right? Like you can't help another person if you like like if there's something wrong with you, um and vice versa. And how can they work on themselves if they're trying to help you, right? And
Right.
stuff like that. But I think it's hard to step away. It's probably like the hardest like thing I ever had to do. I stepped away from like a long-term relationship, and it
Mhm.
wasn't that it was toxic. It was just like we both like needed to work on each other. I mean, on ourselves, and we can't like
Right.
work on ourselves if we're trying to help the other person, right? It's kind of hard. I mean, you can, but it is hard. It is difficult, and it's going to be like a bumpy like road. So we just like both needed to accept that we need to step away, and
Mhm.
we take. We need to be alone. We need to work on ourselves. And 2020 has been a shit show, but like for me, it's honestly
Yes.
has been like the best year, because I've grown so much. I stepped away like not only from like a relationship but also from some friendships because of COVID. I'm not seeing a lot of people,
Mhm.
a lot of friends. So like I'm like mentally, I'm not like. I just decided that I don't want to see those people because they're really toxic, and some family members too that I just don't see. And COVID just allowed me, to do that, and I can use like the COVID excuse.
Excuse. No, it's true. I feel like a lot of people can relate to that. You know, like no one expected 2020 to have such a big impact on everyone. Like everyone is going through it together. We all have that common denominator. But
Mhm.
also a lot of our friendships, relationships, whether they're platonic or romantic, were tested. You know, because everyone is under pressure. So I do identify with you, like learning to step away. It is easier said than done because I feel like for me, like, well, I'm a Libra, so I always want everyone to get along, you know, but I always put myself last all the time. So how am I finding balance in others, but I can't find balance in myself? So I do applaud you for, stepping away. What have been some of like the coping mechanisms that you've used to really put yourself first? Because now, you're saying you're doing all these things. Like what has that been like for
Yeah.
you?
So immediately after I saw a therapist, um,
Mm,
so I actually went to like a therapist's office, and this was like before like COVID like started. So I was seeing a therapist, so that helped a lot. And I journal every day, every morning, like before I do anything else. I mean, I go to the gym first, but I
she
journal.
does go to the gym. She
Yeah,
does.
I go to the gym. I'll like I'm like having a routine is helpful. Like to me, I'm a morning person, so like I value that time, and I like it because a lot of people are asleep like at 5 a.m. So
Wait, hold up. You said you wake up at 5 a.m.?
I go to the gym at 5. Yes,
So what time do you wake up? Like,
I'm
girl.
like at 4:45 ish, and I naturally just wake up. I
Whoa.
have an alarm, but like I'm so used to it that my body just like wakes up. But I'm a morning person. Like
That is morning. Like, I'm definitely asleep at that time.
yeah, exactly. And that's why I enjoy it because everyone else is sleeping. So I literally have like this peaceful time. Like sometimes I just go for a run at the beach and there's no one there. Well, not right now because
Right.
it's like at 5. But so I go to the so I'm like having a routine like to me has been like helpful. And
Mhm.
everything I do in the routine is important. So I go to the gym. Obviously, I come back. I have a coffee. I journal. I have a Palo Santo. So as I journal, I burn that.
Nice.
And then I have this book, and it's Stoicism. So I'm like Stoicism. It's a philosophy and kind of like a faith, that you
Hmm.
practice, and it's just basically is letting go of the things that you don't control, and just focusing on the things that you can control. Your emotions and your actions and your behaviors are the only things that you can control in your mind. So just
Right.
focusing on that and letting go of everything else because it's just going to drive you crazy. So
Hmm.
I practice that every day. So I journal, I read, and yeah, that's my morning. And I feel like that has helped me a lot. Exercising has helped me a lot. And reading, I read a lot of self-help books.
Nice.
Those have helped me a lot. Yeah. But I think just finding your thing where you find your stillness. Like something that you can do every day where like it's meditative. And you don't have to sit there and meditate. Like my stillness is working out. For someone, it's painting, like maybe, or writing like music or whatever. Just finding your thing that just shuts down like your mind, and then you can really like focus on you. I think, would be helpful to everyone.
I think I definitely want to point out too, you mentioned stillness. I feel like for me, I've noticed I was giving a lot of my time and energy to men. And I put two and two together that whenever I feel quote unquote lonely, I would put time into men, where I could put a lot of that time into, for example, like creative projects or reaching out to friends or like nurturing those relationships. I think that's where my toxicity comes from, that I'm afraid to be quote unquote alone. Because I mean, I'm not alone. I do have people I can reach out to, but do you feel that, separating yourself from certain toxic situations has made you more comfortable in being by yourself?
Yeah, I definitely learned how to be independent. I feel like in my past relationship, I was dependent. I was dependent on him, and just like having him there.
Mhm.
So like breaking out of that was so scary. I was so scared. I was like, what the fuck am I gonna do? Like, he helps me with X, Y, and Z. How am I gonna change a tire? Like, I don't know what the fuck's like happening with my car. Like, just some random shit, you know. He pays for the Netflix account. What am I gonna do? You know.
Yeah, for that, he should have kept you on the account. Reparations, keep me on the account.
I'm on the account still.
Right.
But it's just like random thoughts like that where you don't like think about it. It's like, oh, he picks up the the groceries like after work, like that is dependable. Like when you rely on someone else, to do something for you, and then you and all of a sudden you have to leave and do it on your own. So I was independent in the past, and then I forgot how to be independent. And then this whole year just like brought that back, and I'm like, oh, I've done this before. Like, why was I scared? Like, why was I scared to live by myself, or why was I scared to live with a stranger? Because I ended up like living with a stranger after.
Right.
But it's like, it's scary to do those things, but you just need to, like, for you, like you said, it's scary to be alone, and it's scary. So like maybe you just need to go ahead and take like a month or two where you don't have to go. I'm not saying it's what you need to do, but and for me, I just like, I stopped like asking people for help, like even my family, like just so I can learn to be independent again, just in case I do move away and like I don't have my family, or just so I can be myself.
Right. And to everyone tuning in, like it's some real facts. Like we just need to be comfortable with ourselves, because we are with ourselves a lot of the days. So, if you're not comfortable with yourself, how are you going to be comfortable with other people?
Exactly. And you need to love yourself, and that goes back to like all the thirst traps, right? You need to find your confidence. Like you need to go back to that. If you feel confident in an outfit, like I have these overalls I love, and I post a picture on them. It's like once a week, and there's like some haters who say like, oh, you always wear this. I'm like, I don't care. I look good in these overalls. I'm gonna wear
the ones that are looking, right? Like, why are they looking at you?
I will wear them until the day I die, or until they get dirty. No, because they're, but like, just mind your business, and you'll be happier. And that goes for everyone. Like, you'll find some confidence, because like when you're minding your business, you're focusing on you and not on other people, and you'll be happier. Here's what other people are doing.
No, I swear. And I'm not being biased at all. I mean, I am a Libra, and it is Libra season, but I cut off so many things this time of the period that I'm like, okay, I think we're going to end the year on a good note. I totally feel it. And tomorrow's a full moon, so that's going to be really good too. But I did want to like pick your brain a little bit, because you said you're really into astrology. What is your sign, and then how has Libra season treated you so far?
So my sign is Scorpio, and my moon is also in Scorpio, and my rising is also in Scorpio. I'm a triple.
Oh my god.
So if you want to call me intense, that is real. I am very intense. I've been told that by a lot of people. It is both a good thing and a bad thing. And what was the other question?
How has Libra season treated you so far?
It's so much better. The Virgo season, I hated it.
Me too.
In my head, I was overthinking everything. Like, I would literally, I would post a thirst trap, and then I did it because I overthought it. I'm like, oh my god. Okay, but that is that season, and that's over, and I'm glad. So now that we are in Libra season, I kind of I go back to the Leo season, kind of. I'm like that energy, with that confidence. And then a lot of just like organizing like my life, I've noticed, which I like, and I think it's a little bit a Virgo season that is still like in me.
Right.
Good. It's more confidence. It's flirtatious, which I like, and it's a good season. Yeah, but I think it also has to be with like Scorpio season is next, so we're just
Ooh, yeah. You're like patiently waiting.
excited.
Okay, well since you're saying you're very like, out there and stuff, let's see how this next topic goes. I wanted to talk about the love or hate relationship we have with oral sex.
Okay.
It is a little like, whoa out there topic, but the reason why I wanted to talk about whether you have a love or hate relationship with oral sex is because I feel like with age, my relationship with oral sex has changed. When I first started becoming, sexually active, I never wanted to suck a dick. I was like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. But as like get older, you start thinking differently. You're like, okay, I'm open to that. Was it kind of the same for you? You were a little scared. You're like, I don't want to do that. And then you got like more comfortable.
Yes, yes. I remember like my first boyfriend was what he wanted me to do it, and
Mm-hmm. You're like, what?
I was like, no, that was ugly. Like I don't want to put that in my mouth.
Right.
As you grow older, like you kind of understand like better, and like I personally feel like if he's making me like happy,
Mm-hmm.
orally, or not orally or whatever, like I want to make him happy, reciprocate that, but after he
Exactly. That brings up a really good point too. Like, have you ever had to guide someone who maybe wasn't as experienced giving you oral sex so that you could like, have a good time? Have you ever had to like tell them like, hey, like do this, do that, and
no,
not be afraid to tell them that?
I actually haven't had the opportunity to, but
Mm.
I want to.
Yes.
I think I've had some good experiences. I've been lucky, I think. But yeah, I haven't. But they have to me. So
Okay.
they have like, oh, do this, or like do more of that or whatever, or do this instead. And I appreciate that because you like each person is different, like each
Right.
person's like what one person enjoys isn't going to be the same thing as what another like person enjoys. um so you just have to be open about it. I know a lot of friends who get offended by it. They're like, oh, so you don't like it? You're like, I'm not doing a good job. And I don't think anyone should get offended by that. It's just everyone has their tastes are different, and they're trying to show you and guide you. I think it also depends on the tone and the word usage that person is using. You kind of want to be
Mm-hmm.
like gentle or nicer, because you don't know how that person is gonna like react to it. So at the very beginning, I mean, if you're already in a relationship, you kind of already know the person, but like initially,
Right.
you kind of want to be like gentle and just be like, hey, like how about if you try this instead? Like
Right.
that
Mm-hmm.
feels good, but like let's try this instead, or something like along those lines.
No, and it's true. I feel like with age, I started to get more comfortable communicating some of my needs. I'm definitely still working on it. I feel like everyone is,
Yeah,
but I would be one of those people that would like get a little hurt, like, oh my god, like, am I not doing it right? And then I would be like, hey, never mind, I don't want to do this anymore. So
I'm,
if you're one of those people, like give it time. Like you said, I don't think they mean it in a bad way. They're just trying to guide you, like you said,
yeah,
because you would hope that like when roles are reversed, if that person likes this a certain way, they would help you reach to that point.
yeah. And just be nice. Like if they bring something up on the table, like don't be like, what the fuck, you know what I mean? Like then I'm like, their feelings could get hurt
Right.
if you're like if you react that way, just if you don't want to do it, like you can also respond in a gentle way.
That's true. Everyone, make sure communication is key, also in the bedroom. The next topic, which I'm really excited to get into this, because I was like, oh yeah, she shares her passion for like fitness. Because to be honest, like it's hard for me to motivate myself to work out. So I'm always on. I feel like either Instagram motivates me, or I have one friend that I'll just send her my accountability post. I'm like, hey, I'll just send you accountability posts that I worked out. But we're going to be talking about good health equals good mental health before we dive into the fitness part of it. So what did you mean by good health equals good mental health?
What do I mean by that? If you feel good about yourself,
Mm-hmm.
you will feel good in your head, like mentally. Like I'll just speak about myself. Like I've always been thin, but I've always have not. I'm like liked how I looked.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. Like there's no reason to. But then since quarantine, like I've always I'm like exercise in one way or another. And then that breakup, you try to get like that revenge like body or whatever. So
Right.
was working out a lot. Like I took it like a lot more seriously. Like I was working with my brother for a while. He was helping me like create like a workout plan and stuff like that. And I'm not saying like I look like a supermodel, but I feel I'm confident in myself.
Mm-hmm.
Like I used to have like I bought a bathing suit like 2 years ago in Italy. I've never worn it until this summer because I didn't want to wear it out in public, but I wear it all the time, and it's,
2 years ago, you bought this bathing suit?
yeah, it was 2 years ago. And I just like wearing it like for the first time. And that's just also to say like it still fits me. So it's just like there's not a big like difference in my body. It's just I'm stronger, and I see that I'm stronger every day because I see it at the gym. Like there's more weight in me, so because I'm working out and I can physically I can see it, and I can feel it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel better about myself because I feel like it's like you see that progress, right? So that is helpful. I don't weigh myself anymore. Like I don't even know the last time I stepped on a scale. Actually, I'm lying. I went to the doctors and they let me, or they made.
Yeah, you're like, I had to go on.
But I don't even know how much I weigh. Like I didn't even ask them. And I like to this day I don't know how much I weigh. I don't care because I'm happy. I'm happy, and like that's all that matters. And then I was taking like these progress pictures too, just to see like my progress, and then I stopped. I'm like, what's the point? Like like what's the point? Like as long as I'm happy and I can see it at the gym because I'm adding like more weight to
Right.
whatever I'm doing, that's all that matters. And that I feel good about myself. And like yeah, I'm not trying to get like a smaller size, or like I'm not trying to do anything like that. At this point I just feel good. I feel
Mm-hmm.
I'm healthy now. I was always told I was underweight. I don't think I'm underweight anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel good about myself, and like I feel like that's all that matters. And when you feel good about yourself, then your mind is good. And now like I'm not worrying about like how I look to other people, or like how um other people like see me or think of about me, because I'm just focusing on myself. And then when your body's happy, your mind is happy, um, and your spirit is happy.
No, it's true. It's body, mind, and spirit, and I can relate to you 100% because before quarantine, I would work out or like you know, maybe go on a hike, maybe go to the gym like once a week. Like I would be like sporadically active. And then once quarantine hit and, you know, I didn't have a job and stuff, I had a lot of free time.
Mhm.
So I picked up, you know, working out because that was like a thing. Like everyone was like, oh, like the home workouts. But I started noticing that after a while it became just like a routine. And I hope that it becomes a lifestyle for me too. And that's one thing that I do notice too. Like I do feel stronger. Like my body shape is more on the curvy side, but I've always been self-conscious about like my lower body. But since working out, like I feel like I kind of embraced it more because you do need, you know, lower body strength to like put a bar on your shoulders. You do need like, you know, so I feel like it's kind of putting into perspective how our bodies act in the gym and then how like they're strong because at the end of the day, like you're putting in the work and you're working out. So I always think like I'm not competing with anybody but myself when I'm working out. And that's where I'm like, dang, it really is me on me when I'm working out. And that's what I like.
Yeah, exactly. And I think, like you said, at this point, like you're not competing with anybody except yourself. And I was going to a gym, and everyone and their moms I know like went to that gym. And so in quarantine, I found a separate gym. Yeah, it's like a little like drive away, but I just like that change of setting and like me like not having to worry about like is so and so going to be here or like am I going to see.
Right.
I think that is helpful. And if you don't feel like safe or comfortable at your gym, if you like all these guys just looking at you or all these girls like just giving you the eye, like you can go to another gym. Like there's a ton of
Mhm.
out there, or you can go and work out outside. And just like make note of that because that also affects like your mental health. Like, yeah, like you're working out, but you're worrying about is Joe looking at me? Like, why is he looking at me? You know, like why is he staring? Or like um,
Right.
Sandra is mad dogging me in the corner, you know, like, and that affects like it affects you. So like if you don't feel comfortable in your workout space, then you can find another space. You can work out at home. You can go outside to the park, you go to the beach, or you can just find another like gym. And that helped me a lot because I kind of didn't want to go to that gym because everyone and their moms like goes there. And then when I found
Right.
I felt like a lot more comfortable, and it was like a whole like a 360 thing. It's like the small things, like it costs the same. It's just like a different like it's just farther.
True. I mean, as long as you're putting in the work and at the end of the day, like it makes you happy. And you know, if you wake up at 5 in the a.m., I mean, I don't know how she does it, but props to you. I also wanted to touch on a little bit because I saw that you have like a separate social media account where you specifically post like fitness related content. What made you want to start that on the side?
So I just felt that I was bugging all my followers on my personal.
Uh-huh.
And because if you think about it, you see all my posts from like my personal life, and then you see all my fitness posts and
Mhm.
like all my food posts. Like put that all together, it's just like, oh, Ashley, you're just annoying. So yeah, I just made this fitness account, and I'm not trying like to grow it. Like I'm not using like any hashtags like or anything like that. It was on private at one point, but it's
Mhm.
just like the people who want to see that fitness content can just go and follow, and then I feel like free to post anything I want on there. Like I legit post like the dumbest stuff on there. It's fine. It's kind of it's like my close friends, but
Oh, okay, okay.
like the people who want to see that stuff will be there, and
Right.
I that's it. That yeah, that was the only reason for it. um
No, no, I like it. You definitely, I feel like you're definitely like bringing a lot of really good energy, and I feel like, you know, I feel like that you are putting really yourself first, even doing something on the side. Because I'm like, oh my god, like She really out there. Like I think I even told you like I did not want to work out today, but when I went on Instagram, I saw your reel on Instagram, so I was like, damn it, I'm gonna have to do it.
Yeah.
So I did it. I
Oh my
did it.
God.
Yeah, I did it. So it's working. I mean, you're motivating me to work out.
Yeah, like on my personal, actually what actually inspired it on my personal, a lot of people like were DM. So I was working out and then I fell and I busted like my shin open.
Were
Like
you on live or this was like separately?
this was like separately. I was just like
Okay.
out, yeah, I wasn't on live or anything like that. But I was like posting like a lot of Insta stories of
Yeah.
working out. And then I got stitches, and then on that day I posted on my Instagram story, I was like, I can't work out like for 2 weeks, I got stitches, blah blah. It was 3 weeks actually.
Oh my God.
But after I posted that, like it was like 20 people, which I think is a lot. And like I think a lot of people I'm like DM me and were like, oh my God, I'm gonna miss like your content, like you inspire me like to work out and stuff like that. So that was when I created, like on that day was when I created that account.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't really like use it until like I still like, yeah, like sometimes I forget I have it, but it's just like if I ever want to post stuff for them. But yeah, it's just I think about this a lot, but I heard it on a podcast, and they said every person who has a phone is an influencer. Like whether it's your job, you influence another person to do something. Like
Mm-hmm.
so you influenced me to get this ring light because we were talking on Instagram about how I was gonna do a
Right.
but it's why I bought the ring light, right? Like you can like our conversation, and each person has a platform on social media, so you influence like those other people either to buy something, to do something, like to work out, um, or to read something or whatever. Like we all have an influence over our sphere, like whether you know it or not. And like I didn't know it until like they told me like, oh, like yeah, like you motivate me like to work out and stuff like that. I don't know why I said that.
No, no worries. Everyone go follow her account. I'm gonna put it down in the comments after this, so if you want to get your quarantine on and your fitness on, definitely follow her because I wasn't gonna work out today, but I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have to do it. Okay, so like every guest that has come on, we've been playing like a game. So we're gonna play this or that. I'm gonna give you two scenarios. So we're gonna do like 5 rounds, but I'm gonna give you two scenarios and then you pick this or that, and then you just give your explanation as to why you chose that answer. Okay, the first one. You will always find out why they ghosted you. So typically it's, the guy ghosts you and you never find out. But in this world, you will always find out. Well, you never know.
I know.
Right, not going. But in this universe, you will always know why they ghosted you. So that's one option. Or, let's see. Oh, you never have to ask someone for what they want to eat. They'll automatically know. Like if you're being like, oh, what do you want to eat? You'll never have that weird conversation like, I don't know. You will automatically know like all the time where you want to eat.
I feel the ghosting one.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
I don't like you want to know why they stopped like talking to you, and
Right.
I feel like I would like to know. Like it's closure. Yeah, I like closure.
Ugh, closure is so hard. Sometimes I want to write a whole paragraph, but then I'm like, it's already been like 2 months. Maybe I shouldn't write that text. Okay, this or that. There's been a ban on all gyms and all fitness equipment. You can't use them anymore. So unfortunately, you will have to work out from home for the from now until the rest of your days. So that's one option. No workout equipment, no gyms, forever. Just your body weight. That's one option. Or you have unlimited massages. You have like an unlimited massage pass from like, what's it called? Massage Envy for life.
So it's no working out.
No gyms and no like weights or equipment. You could only use your body. There was a ban on them or something.
Or massage for life.
Yeah, massages for life.
Because then I can work out if I choose that, right?
True. Just like I still want to work out. You found a loophole in this or that. Okay, let's see. This is the last one. You give up coffee for a year and all your student loans are paid off. No coffee for a year, but all your student loans are paid off. Or, let's see. You have to live abroad for a year, but not from the country of your choosing, but let's say we'll send you to like Timbuktu, but you have to live there for a year and then your student loans are paid off.
I live like somewhere else for a year.
Even if it wasn't like a go-to destination like Greece or France?
I think so. At least if it's a place where women are valued, then like I don't want to die.
Right. She's like, I need my student loans paid off.
We all do.
No, yeah, definitely. Okay, so we're coming down to the end of the episode, and we're both going to be sharing some of the things that we learned throughout this show. Do you want to do the honors of going first?
Well, like the whole thing, just like being in camera in general, like for me, I don't like. One, because I stutter. So I don't know if you heard that on camera, but I do. And
I did not hear it.
on camera, but like we said on the episode or on the show, like you just need to be like confident in yourself, in what you have to say. So regardless if it's like for a thirst trap, going to be on camera, or you're applying for a job or whatever, you just need to be like confident in yourself and your abilities.
Yes. I think I learned a lot from our conversation about toxicity, that it's okay to practice stillness and to be comfortable being independent, not codependent. I think you mentioned dependent, codependent, because I feel like I'm codependent on men. So I definitely need to do more self-love when it comes to that. That's something I picked up from our conversation. So we're actually going to go into something that happened yesterday. The presidential debates happened yesterday. Are you registered to vote?
Yes.
Okay, yes, me too. Yeah. I had to because I moved. So I was living in another location in LA and then I moved. So I was like, I need to update my registration. But really quick, like what did you learn from the debate? And then why is it so important for people our age to be active when it comes to this election?
So I'm like, what did I learn from this debate? I don't think I learned anything besides the fact that we have like two clowns on camera or in the debate. I think that Trump was trying to rattle like Biden, and I think he's in his attempt. I think it was his goal to be obnoxious and get a reaction out of Biden. And I think that's what he wanted. And I think that for the next round, his campaign manager, and he stutters too. So I could see that like this whole experience, for him was hard. I can kind of see that in speech therapy, like they kind of give you like these techniques, and because I do them too, I can see him on camera, I'm like practicing like these techniques as like he's speaking, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I think his speech therapist and his campaign manager like really need to work together in him in learning how to speak more confidently in what he has to say, because he had a ton of facts but he wasn't like saying them in a confident way or manner.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still gonna vote for Biden. I'll just say it out loud. I'm voting for Biden. But I personally felt like in this debate he seemed a little like weak, and that is what Trump he wanted out of him. And I think he got what he wanted, but we still got like 2 more debates. So,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm confident, that these debates will be a lot better than the one we just saw yesterday. But
Right.
I think it's important to vote. So last election, 2016, it was 46% of voters did not vote. Only 23% of Latinos who are eligible to vote, they went to vote. I don't know the percentage of millennials, but I don't think it was a lot either. It was less than half. I don't know the number by memory. I don't remember that one. But we are a large group, either group, if you identify as woman, as a Latinx, or as a millennial, like whatever you are, each group of those is so big, and it sucks because a lot of people think that their vote it doesn't count, but it does count. Because if it didn't, then I'm like, why is he trying so hard to discredit the mail-in voters, or trying to scare away voters at the polls, and making it so hard for people to go out there and vote, especially in a pandemic. So if our
Mm-hmm.
voice didn't matter, he wouldn't be doing these things. It does matter. So I've just been trying to go ahead and convince people to vote, just adding the sticker on my IG story, on Twitter and stuff like that. Hopefully I can influence a handful of people to vote. I feel like I'd be doing my part.
Mm-hmm.
But I think for someone to say you can't be political, I think it's kind of hard right now, especially when people are passing away, and there's all these things happening. I personally am very passionate about women rights,
Right.
and I actually was talking to my roommate today, because I haven't been on birth control for 2 years now.
Mm-hmm.
Me up, and it messed me up. I was depressed. I was not myself. I hated it. I hated my life, and the people around me, hated me because of it. I would snap at people, and I knew it was because of it, but I just wanted to be, safe. I don't want kids right now.
Right.
So I got off of it, and it actually I had a bad experience, with Kaiser. If you have a Kaiser, then whatever. But I just want to share my experience. I
Mm-hmm.
tell, my doctor that it was the hormones, that were causing all of this. And
Mm-hmm.
I told her I didn't want it to be on medication or anything. So I got off the pill, and then I told her I still feel sad. And she was like, well, I told you it's not the pill. I'm like, I literally just got off the pill a month ago. Of course I still feel sad. All the hormones are still in my body. And then she
Yeah.
prescribed me depressants or antidepressants. And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
I just told you I don't want any medication. And I actually asked her for a therapist referral, and she wouldn't give it to me. And I asked her for emotional dog support certificate. I have a dog in my home for emotional support, and she wouldn't give it to me. But she wanted like to give me, you know, like pills or have me go back on the pill, on the birth control pill. Anyway, I've been out of birth control for 2 years, but I'm like, because of everything that is happening, I feel like I'm forced, you know, to get on one because I feel like it won't be accessible anymore. Just
Mhm.
because he is nominating for, you know, Supreme Court Affordable like, Care Act is going away.
Yeah.
I believe it's going away. So then that means if I do want to go back to a birth control eventually, I won't be able to because I won't have money for it. So right now, I was just like talking to my roommate about like I was doing all these research on my healthcare and like what can I get and what I cannot get. So I'm looking at the non-hormonal one actually, like the IUD, like the copper IUD.
Mm.
Are you on that one?
I'm on Mirena, so it's the hormonal one, but it expires when I turn 30. I haven't had any bad experience with the IUD that I have, but I do know with the copper one, you probably will get your period. So if you're still looking to get a period, which is completely normal,
Yeah, I want
I think I actually missed my period, but I heard really good things about the copper one as well.
Yeah, I want my period. I'm very, or I try to be on the natural side of things, and I like to have a period just like like mentally. I'm not pregnant,
Right, right.
so I I think I'm gonna get that. But what sucks is that it's not covered, you know, by my birth control. I
Mhm.
by my insurance, so I have to pay in full or out of pocket, like in total. But I was doing some research. I was just like, I wonder if Viagra is covered. Just
Yeah, yeah, I don't think it is. Or I think it is actually.
it is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, because you know, like why is like my insurance it covers that, but it doesn't cover my birth control? Like that's just to me, that is crazy. And then I actually had like a breakdown today because I was just like so pissed because like these men are writing up like all the coverages, you know, that should be
Mhm.
healthcare, and then these men are writing up like all the laws, and then these men are making all the like all the decision for us and like our bodies, and it made me upset that we don't have a lot of women in power, which is why like it leads me to like a shitty like situation where I have to pay like for my birth control. Either I get all these hormones who fuck me up, or I have to pay out of pocket for this, and it's not like it's not cheap. It's not like it's $20. It's like,
Yeah, no, it's expensive.
and I have to pay out of pocket just because these men are not thinking, you know, what is good for a woman. They're just thinking I'm going like to make money out of this, or like I don't know what, they hate us.
No, I think it's true. And you mentioned like whether you're a woman, whether you're a millennial, whether you identify as Latinx, however, whatever group you're from or you identify with, like, and if you are able to vote too, because I know some people don't have that liberty, like I think you should. And I would even bring it back to when I was little. Like I would help, not little, but like I was in maybe like ninth grade. I would help my mom fill out her mail ballot because my mom, I mean, she's a citizen, but she doesn't know a lot about politics, you know, like, so even if you're in that position where you're helping your parents fill out their mail-in ballot, like if you have to do that and educate your family, like do it. And don't forget that election day is on Tuesday, November 3rd. So we don't have that much, okay? And because of Corona, you can do your mail-in ballot. So there's no excuse if
No,
you do get it.
you
Mm-hmm.
register. It's so easy to register. It's literally on Instagram, the homepage. It's on
For
Facebook.
real, yeah.
Like it's never been easier.
And I'll be putting that information too in the comments. That way, if you haven't registered or you just want more information, you can do that as well. But yeah, this is the end of the episode. Thank you so much if you tune in live. And thank you, Ashley, for coming through. I think We had a really, really great time. And we talked about a lot of things that I feel like need to be said. And don't forget to get your booty to the polls, everybody.
Everyone, you should go vote. It's my birthday actually on the 4th, and election is on the 3rd. So if you do anything, just vote, because I don't want to have a shitty ass like birthday on the 4th.
Well, happy early birthday to you. And everyone, yes, please go vote, okay, because her birthday's coming up. But yeah, if someone wanted to interact with any of your social medias, are you comfortable sharing them, or you want me to just post them on the thing?
You can post them on the thing only on like my fitness one. Like the other one is private anyways.
Perfect. So yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you all like this episode. Don't forget we're live every Wednesday at 8. And yeah, have a good night, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.